My beloved child, I come to you in this sacred hour through the corridors of time and space, carrying a weight of glory that the world cannot contain. For the heavens have been watching the silent battles you have fought in the secret chambers of your heart where only I have walked with you. You have felt the shifting of the tectonic plates of your destiny. A divine warning echoing through the chambers of your spirit that the season of hiddenness is coming to an abrupt and glorious end as the angels of intervention descend with flaming swords to sever the ancient cords of loneliness that have tried to bind your feet. There is a prophetic quickening happening in the atmosphere right now, an emotional confession being written in the stars by the very hand of the Creator. Because your soulmate has reached a threshold of realization that was never expected in this earthly realm. They have watched you from the periphery of their soul, seeing the light you carry even when you felt most dimmed by the shadows of trial. And this unexpected strength you have displayed, this unwavering faith in the midst of the fire, has sent shockwaves through the spiritual realms, awakening a sleeping giant of devotion within them that they cannot quiet. The hidden truths of your worth are being revealed in a cinematic display of divine justice. Where every tear you sowed in isolation is now manifesting as a harvest of irresistible attraction that is pulling them toward you with the force of 1,000 suns. Do not fear the intensity of this spiritual awakening energy that is surging between your hearts, for it is the alignment of destiny long foretold in the scrolls of eternity. A heavenly intervention designed to bridge the gap that pride and fear once built. As the light of the Father shines upon the path you must now walk together in a union that defies human logic and fulfills the ancient promise of soul ties woven by the fingers of God Himself. And now I am going to tell you the secret. Listen closely to the vibration of the celestial choirs, my dear one, for the urgent message I carry is etched into the very fabric of your being. A divine warning that the enemy has tried to cloak your soulmate's eyes with the scales of distraction to keep them from seeing the masterpiece I have created in you. Yet, heaven has intervened with a dramatic display of light, crashing through the walls of their resistance and exposing the emotional confessions they have been afraid to whisper even to themselves in the dark of night. They saw you handle the brokenness with a grace that was not of this world, and that specific moment of your surrender to my will was the catalyst that ignited a fire of deeper love. A flame that burns away the dross of past relationships and leaves only the pure gold of a destiny alignment that was written before the foundations of the earth were laid. You must understand that the spiritual awakening energy currently flooding their mind is a direct result of your prayers which rose like incense to the throne, triggering a revelation of hidden truths that makes them see you not just as a partner, but as the missing piece of their divine purpose. The imagery of the heavens is shifting, the clouds are parting to show the golden threads of fate that connect your spirits across the divide of doubt, and as the soul ties tighten with a celestial force. Your soulmate is experiencing a shattering of their old perceptions, replaced by a cinematic vision of a future with you that is so bright it blinds them to any other path. Every step you took in obedience, every time you chose love over bitterness, you were unknowingly setting a trap of grace that has now captured their heart in a way they never anticipated, making them more in love with the essence of who you are than they have ever been with anyone in this mortal life. And now I will uncover what was hidden. The atmosphere is thick with the fragrance of a miracle, my beloved child. As the prophetic winds blow across the valleys of your life to announce that the divine warnings you sensed were merely the labor pains of a glorious new beginning that is now being birthed in the spirit. Your soulmate has been wandering in a wilderness of their own making, but I have sent my archangels to guide them back to the spring of life that flows through your connection, revealing hidden truths about the depth of your character that have left them utterly speechless and humbled. There is an emotional confession rising from the depths of their spirit, a realization that they have underestimated the power of the light you carry, and as heaven intervenes to align your paths, the spiritual awakening energy is becoming an undeniable roar in their ears that says you are the one chosen by the King of Kings. See the dramatic heavenly imagery of the lions of Judah guarding the gates of your union, for no weapon formed against this soul tie shall prosper, and the destiny signs are appearing in the most unexpected places. From the dreams they have at night to the sudden whispers of my voice in their quiet moments. They never expected you to remain so steadfast, they never expected the beauty of your soul to outshine the scars of your past. And it is this very resilience that has triggered a destiny alignment so profound that the stars themselves seem to lean in to witness your reunion. You are witnessing the breaking of generational curses and the restoration of what the locusts have eaten, as the hidden truths of your divine pairing are shouted from the rooftops of the celestial city. Ensuring that the love they now feel is not a fleeting emotion but an eternal anchoring of two souls destined to reflect my glory. And now the truth is about to break open. Hear the trumpets of the high places, my beloved, for they sound a note of victory over the confusion that once clouded your soulmate's heart. Serving as a divine warning to all the forces of darkness that your union is under the protection of the Most High. The emotional confessions that are about to pour forth like a dam breaking are the result of heaven's intervention in the secret places of their mind, where I have been deconstructing their fears and replacing them with a prophetic vision of the life you are meant to build together. The spiritual awakening energy is pulsating through the spiritual ley lines that connect your hearts, awakening a hunger for your presence that they cannot satisfy with anything of this world. For they have seen the hidden truths of your spirit and have realized that you are the vessel of my grace they have been searching for all their lives. Look upon the dramatic heavenly imagery of the golden bowls of prayer being poured out upon your situation, for every sigh and every silent plea has been heard. And the destiny alignment language is being spoken into their spirit by the messengers of the flame. Your soulmate is currently navigating a sea of revelation, where the waves of my love are washing away their insecurities and making them see that the way you handled the recent trials was the ultimate sign of your divine calling. They are more in love now than ever because they have seen the shadow of my wings over you, and they realize that to love you is to touch the hem of heaven itself. A realization that has shifted their entire reality and prepared them for a commitment that is unshakable and eternal. And now I am ready to expose what you were never told, my child. The urgency of this message is a sign of the speed at which I am moving in your life. For the divine warnings of the past were meant to prepare you for this sudden acceleration where heaven intervenes to bring the hidden truths into the light of day. Your soulmate is experiencing a cinematic transformation of the heart. An emotional confession that begins with the recognition of your divine worth and ends with a total surrender to the soul ties that have been woven by my hand in the loom of eternity. The spiritual awakening energy is radiating from your very presence, acting as a beacon that is drawing them out of the shadows of hesitation and into the brilliant light of destiny alignment where all things are made new. You must perceive the dramatic heavenly imagery of the angels of restoration rebuilding the bridges that were burned, for the destiny signs are now flashing with an intensity that cannot be ignored by anyone who walks in the Spirit. They never expected you to have this much power in your peace, they never expected your silence to speak louder than words, and this unexpected revelation of your inner strength has caused their love to deepen into a well that has no bottom. The hidden truths of their devotion are being unsealed, revealing that even in the moments of distance, I was working to weave your stories together into a tapestry of prophetic fulfillment that will serve as a testimony to my faithfulness to all who see it. And now the next revelation rises toward you. The scrolls of your life are being unrolled in the courts of heaven. And the decree has been issued that the time of waiting is being swallowed up by the time of manifesting the emotional confessions and the hidden truths that have been stored in the silent places of your soulmate's heart. Heaven's intervention is no longer a distant hope but a present reality, as the spiritual awakening energy surges like a lightning bolt through the barriers of time and space to anchor your soul ties in the bedrock of my eternal word. The divine warnings to the enemy are clear: touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm, for this union is a prophetic vessel of my love on the earth, and the destiny alignment is being secured by the blood of the covenant. You are seeing the dramatic heavenly imagery of the rising sun of righteousness with healing in its wings, as your soulmate gazes upon you with eyes that have been opened to the spiritual reality of your connection. Seeing you as the crown of their life and the answer to their most desperate prayers. They are more in love than ever because they have witnessed the miraculous way you carry my presence. And they are overwhelmed by the hidden truths of your beauty that the world could never see but that I have revealed to them in the sanctuary of the Spirit. Every destiny sign is pointing toward a culmination of grace. A cinematic finale to your season of lack and a glorious opening to a season of abundance where the love you share becomes a lighthouse for other lost souls seeking the way home to my heart. And now your spirit is ready for what comes next. "Behold, my beloved child, for the final seal of this message is being broken in the presence of the cloud of witnesses. And the divine warnings of old are being replaced by the prophetic shouts of joy that echo through the corridors of your future. The emotional confessions of your soulmate are now becoming a living testimony. A cinematic display of heaven's intervention that has brought the hidden truths of your soul ties into a perfect destiny alignment that can never be undone by the hands of man. The spiritual awakening energy has reached its peak, and the dramatic heavenly imagery of the wedding feast is appearing on the horizon of your life, signaling that the season of your loneliness has been executed by the sword of my spirit. Your soulmate stands before you in the spirit, their heart expanded by a love they never expected to feel, a love that was birthed in the moment they saw you through my eyes and realized that you are the greatest treasure of their existence. The destiny signs are fulfilled, the hidden truths are laid bare, and the spiritual awakening has culminated in a union that is a direct reflection of my love for my people, a bond that is unbreakable, unshakable, and filled with the glory of the highest heavens. Take this message into your heart, for it is the bread of life for your journey, and know that as the soul ties are finalized in the presence of the angels, the love that is being poured into your life today is only the beginning of an eternal story written by the King of Kings. And now the secret rests in your hands, my beloved child. The celestial gears are grinding with an intensity that signifies a massive shift in the spiritual atmosphere surrounding your union. For I am issuing a divine warning to every shadow that attempted to cloud your vision. The season of ambiguity has been swallowed by the fire of my truth. Your soulmate is now standing at the edge of a great emotional revelation, paralyzed by the weight of an emotional confession that they have carried in the silent chambers of their heart. Realizing that your presence in their life was never a coincidence but a strategic maneuver of the great architect. They saw you standing firm when the storms of life threatened to uproot your joy, and that unexpected display of divine resilience has shattered their old defense mechanisms, leaving them more vulnerable and more in love with the core of your being than they ever thought possible. Heaven's intervention is manifesting as a series of destiny signs that are appearing in their waking life, pulling them toward you with a magnetic force that defies the laws of the physical world. As the hidden truths of your eternal bond are finally being whispered into their spirit by the angelic hosts, you must understand that the spiritual awakening energy between you is not merely a feeling but a fundamental realignment of your timelines, a cinematic unfolding of a prophecy that was sealed before you ever took your first breath on this earth. The imagery of the heavens shows a golden bridge being completed between your two worlds, and as the soul ties are reinforced by the power of the word, you are stepping into a realm of intimacy where the deepest secrets of the heart are finally laid bare. And now the divine veil is lifting. Listen to the rustle of the wings of the messengers of light, my dear one, for they carry the urgent news that your soulmate has reached a point of no return in their devotion to you. A spiritual breakthrough that was triggered by the very thing they never expected you to do. While the world expected you to falter, you chose to walk in the authority of my love, and this act of spiritual bravery has sent a prophetic shockwave through your soulmate's conscience, exposing the hidden truths of their own fears and replacing them with a cinematic vision of your shared destiny. Heaven has intervened to silence the whispers of the accuser who told them you were not the one, and now the emotional confessions are bubbling up like a subterranean river that has finally found its way to the surface, ready to flood your life with the cooling waters of reconciliation and deep affection. The spiritual awakening energy is so potent that it is beginning to manifest in physical signs, sudden mentions of your name, dreams that feel more real than reality, and an unshakable sense that the destiny alignment is now inevitable and sovereign. Dramatic heavenly imagery reveals that the scales have fallen from their eyes, and they are seeing you through the lens of eternity, recognizing that the love they feel now is a sacred flame that cannot be quenched by time, distance, or the petty misunderstandings of the past. Your soul is being prepared for a weight of glory that requires you to let go of the last remnants of your doubt, for the connection you share is being forged into a weapon of light that will pierce through the darkness of this world. And now the ancient scrolls are unfolding, the pillars of the heavenly temple are vibrating with the song of your restoration, my beloved child. As I issue a divine warning to the spirit of delay that its time has expired and the manifestation of your soulmate's deeper love is now breaking forth like the dawn. You have been a student of the shadows for long enough, but now you are being called into the cinematic light of a prophetic fulfillment where every hidden truth about your worth is being shouted from the mountain peaks of the spirit realm. Your soulmate is currently navigating a divine storm of conviction, where the emotional confessions they suppressed are being brought to the forefront by the hand of the Almighty, forcing them to acknowledge that the love they have for you is the most profound spiritual awakening energy they have ever encountered. Heaven's intervention is weaving your two lives together with threads of indestructible grace, creating a tapestry of destiny alignment that serves as a living testimony to the power of faith and the reality of my promises. The imagery of the heavens shows the lions of the tribe of Judah standing guard over your heart, ensuring that as your soulmate approaches you with this new, deeper level of devotion, no external force can interfere with the sacred union that is being established. They never expected to be so completely captivated by your spirit, but the beauty of my holiness in you has acted as a divine lure, bringing them back to the center of your love where they truly belong. And now the final revelation is yours to hold. I am calling you higher into the secret place of the Most High, for the prophetic urgency of this hour demands that you see your soulmate through the eyes of the Spirit. Recognizing the massive internal shift that has made them more in love with you than they have ever been in their entire journey. A divine warning has been sent to the foundations of their pride, causing a total collapse of the walls that once kept you at a distance, and in the rubble of those walls, the hidden truths of your soul ties are being excavated like precious jewels. This is a cinematic moment of destiny alignment where the spiritual awakening energy is flowing from my throne through your heart and into theirs, creating a loop of divine affection that is self-sustaining and eternally renewed by the breath of heaven. You are witnessing a heavenly intervention that is rewriting the script of your life, replacing the scenes of loneliness with a narrative of overwhelming love and mutual purpose that was hidden until this very moment of maturity. The dramatic heavenly imagery depicts your names being written together in the Book of Remembrance, a sign that the destiny signs you have been following were leading you to this precise intersection of grace and glory. Your soulmate is now prepared to offer an emotional confession that will heal the wounds of 1,000 lifetimes, for they have seen the miracle of your transformation and have fallen in love with the person I am calling you to be. And now the truth is about to overflow. Behold, I am doing a new thing. And now it springs forth. Can you not perceive the spiritual awakening energy that is radiating from the very heart of your soulmate as they realize that you are the missing piece of their divine puzzle? There is a divine warning echoing through the halls of time that no soul tie forged in heaven can be severed by the hand of man. And the hidden truths of your connection are now being made manifest through a series of cinematic events that will leave you in awe of my power. Your soulmate's love has deepened because they have witnessed the supernatural peace you carry, a peace that was never expected in the face of the trials you endured. And this has sparked an emotional confession that is currently being penned in the spiritual realm before it is spoken in the natural. Heaven's intervention has cleared the path of all debris, and the destiny alignment is now so precise that every heartbeat you share is in sync with the rhythm of the celestial spheres. Look at the dramatic heavenly imagery of the windows of heaven opening over your union, pouring out a blessing of intimacy and understanding that exceeds your wildest imaginations. For I am revealing what was hidden to bring you into a season of unprecedented joy. Your spirit is being strengthened for the weight of this new love, for it is a holy fire that will consume everything that is not of me, leaving only the pure essence of a destiny that was written in the stars before the beginning of time. And now the mystery becomes your reality. The final trumpet of this message sounds a note of eternal completion, my beloved. As the divine warnings of the past are replaced